Good morning, students. How are you doing today? Are you all taking good care of yourself? Because times, as I said earlier in my previous videos, times are really tough. As stated by the World Health Organization in its public briefing, the WHO chief has said that we have to ensure lockdown very strictly. So I hope all of you are staying home and staying safe and doing your bit for the country and the world. I welcome all of you to the video class of class 10 English. The topic that we have today is his first flight, which is unit number 3, sub lesson number 1 in your book. No need of it. So without much delay, without much ado, let us start the chapter. Let me introduce the chapter to you first of all, and then this will be the method of teaching in this video. I will explain the gist of the chapter in a few words. After that, I will read one or two important lines or quotations from extracts from the chapter that will be explained, followed by important word meanings which will be explained by me. After that, we'll move on to the question answers. I would request you people to follow me with your book. If the book is there, you just read from the book and understand the chapter. After that, we'll move on to the question answer section. The question answers and the related assignment will be uploaded on the school portal, students portal. So that is something which you can access at any time you like. This is the method of learning and teaching in this particular video class. So shall we get started, dear children? So here we go. This is a chapter in which, this is a chapter in which you realize that there is a seagull. This seagull is actually a baby seagull, a fledgling. This baby seagull is a seabird which lives by the side of the sea, and it eats fish. It eats fish for food, and they hunt for their food. They prey on fishes in the ocean, and that is why they skim on the surface. Skimming means just putting the legs into water and swimming, just flying on the surface of water. That is called skimming. So these seagulls are very popular seabirds that you are going to find by the seaside. Okay, so this is the story of a seagull whose family lived on a ledge. Now the meaning of the word ledge is a shelf or a protruded structure which comes out of a cliff. That is the meaning here, the meaning of ledge. Now what happened? The entire seagull family, including the fledglings means a little baby, a baby bird. Okay, the fledglings, his brothers and sisters, and mother and papa seagull, they all lived on that ledge. Because the children were very young, they needed protection, they needed the help of the parents in finding food and in staying safe. So the mother and father seagull, they took good care of their children. But once the children had grown up, their wings had become a little stronger. What happened? There came a need to teach them flying, because in the bird family, in the world of birds, it's very important, my dear children, that these fledglings should learn how to fly. Otherwise, their survival will become very tough. Now what happened? All the siblings, brothers and sisters of this little seagull, all his siblings, they learned flying, and one day came when the entire family flew away from the ledge. The entire family flew away from the ledge, except this baby seagull who was afraid to fly. Imagine a bird being afraid to fly. So this is what happened, and the seagull was left alone on the ledge. He stayed there the whole day, the whole night, and he did not get any food. His family members, his papa, his mother, they were all flying in front of him, and his brothers and sisters were as if teasing him with their flights of the first experience of flying. So that was something which made him a little jealous, a little insecure, the little baby seagull. And he had tried like his siblings to fly, but he had not succeeded. He had run from a distance, and he had come to the edge of the ledge, and he thought that he would take a jump. But then that did not happen. Why? Because he was very, very scared to take that final leap. And if you don't take that leap, how will you fly, my dear children? You have to jump. You need to have that kind of courage. And this little seagull did not have, he could not gather that courage. And that is why every time he came to the edge of the ledge and he thought he would take a jump, but then he retreated back and he would run back to the place from where he had come from. This happened many a times. His mother seagull was watching him from a distance, and she was tearing a piece of flesh that she wanted to eat. So she was eating that flesh, and she was looking at her baby, the seagull, who was there on the ledge. And the little seagull could not restrain his hunger and his longing for the family, and he started cackling. What is cackling? Cackling means to make a sound. Seagulls make a cackling sound. So he started cackling and he started calling out to his siblings, to his papa and mama, but nobody took care of him. It was because they wanted him to try. They wanted him to learn flying, to take that first flight, the first step to fly openly and freely in the air, in the sky. This is something which every seagull, for that matter, every bird has to learn. This seagull was afraid. Know what happened? He just went to the side of the ledge and he pretended that he was sleeping, as if he was going to fall from the ledge, and he was trying to get the sympathy and attention of his family members, especially his father and mother. But all the family members ignored him. They did not take any care of him, and they behaved as if nothing mattered. It did not matter at all. So this is how the seagull was completely neglected. Then suddenly his mother, who was on the other side of there was another cliff, and his mother was sitting on the cliff and she was watching her little baby. Suddenly there came a thought, there must have come a thought in the mind of this mother seagull, because what did she do? She took out, she put the piece of meat in her beak, and after putting that piece of meat in her beak, she came flying. She came flying to the edge of the ledge where this little seagull was. And the little seagull was very, very frantic and happy. He thought that his mother had brought food for him and he would not go hungry now. And he came running to the side of the ledge. But the mother seagull did not give food to the baby. What did she do instead? She just came and stood still for a moment, as if she was trying to tempt her little baby to take a jump. And she just offered her beak to the little baby, in which that food was there. And the little seagull thought that he was going to jump and grab that food. And the moment he made a jump, he fell. He fell from the ledge, and he fell like a stone. He fell down from the ledge like a stone, and his mother flew away. And she was just flying near him, so that he would also start flapping his wings. And remember, my dear children, for birds, flying is quite instinctive. The moment they fall down, it was only his fear which was keeping the little seagull from flying. It's not that he did not know how to fly. The moment he tried, the moment he would fall down from the ledge, he would learn. His instinctive feeling is there. His wings would start flapping, and that is what happened. The moment he fell down, after that, he started flapping his wings, and he started soaring up, going up in the sky, because that flying was there, and he was trying to fly now. And as he balanced his body on his wings, he flew first to the right, then to the left, then he soared up high in the sky, and then he was ecstatic. He was so happy. He wanted to be with his brothers, sisters. He wanted to be with the family, and he started flying after his mother and father, his family members, his brothers, sisters. They all came from all the directions, and they surrounded him as if they were praising him, and together the family flew away. And this is how the story comes to an end. This story, my dear children, is by an Irish writer, a man who lived in Ireland. His name is Liam O'Flaherty. That's the name of the writer. So what is the writer Liam O'Flaherty trying to say in this chapter? What is the message of the lesson? The message of this lesson is that in order to try new things, in order to succeed in life, in order to struggle, you have to take that first step. Until and unless you don't take that first step, you will never succeed in life. You will never succeed in achieving your goals. So it's very important lesson of life. It's not just important for the birds, it's important for all human beings also. I don't know how many of you have experienced this kind of feeling at one point of time in your life. I would talk about myself. When I learned cycling for the first time, balancing myself on the cycle was a very tough task initially. I was supported by my dad. He used to support me from both the sides. Sometimes my brother would do it. And then gradually I learned to balance myself on a cycle, and they withdrew their support gradually, and I started cycling. The same feeling came to me when I started swimming. At that time also, when you are afraid of going into the deep side of the pool. It takes lots of courage and confidence in you. Once you learn swimming, still you are afraid, still you are reluctant. You don't feel like going to that side, the deeper side of the pool. But then you have to make a try. You have to make an attempt. Then only you will achieve that excitement of swimming, of cycling, or achieving whatever goals that you have set for yourself in life. This is the message of this particular chapter. I hope you people have understood, right? Okay. Now coming to the, the tough words that we have. The tough words that we have here. The word meanings. I would like you people to write it down in your fair copy, children. Okay? The word meanings are like this. The first word, this is the name of the chapter, his first flight, name of the writer, Liam O'Flaherty. Then the word meanings. The number one, the first word is seagull. What is a seagull? A seabird. Second word, ledge. What is a ledge? A rack or a shelf-like structure on a cliff. That's the meaning here. I've written here in the bracket. Number three, upbraiding. What is the meaning of the word upbraiding? Scolding someone, the way parents scold their children, right? And then number four, shrill. Shrill means an unpleasant sound, something which is unpleasant to your ears. That's the meaning of shrill. Next is cackle, number five. What is cackle? The sound of a seagull or a seabird. The last but not the least is plaintively. What's the meaning of the word plaintively? Sad and gloomy. Sad and gloomy. That is the meaning. So with this we come to the end of the chapter. I hope you people have enjoyed the class, and I would like, I'm going to upload the assignment in the students portal. Take care of that and complete the assignment and the question answers that I upload there. Thank you. Have a very nice day and take good care of yourself and your family members, and enjoy, my dear children. Enjoyment is something which is essential in order to lead a happy life. So whatever you do, you should enjoy doing that. Bye-bye and take care.